Right.
What is packing with your YouTube? Moving the chains with BMac and KHTV. Back with another live. Yeah, man, it's a lot going on in the media about the Packers. But the team that always steals the most headlines out of any team, the Dallas Cowboys, are doing us no justice with all of the scrutiny they going through, as far as how they played against the San Francisco 49ers. Um, yeah, man, tough way to walk into the bye week, with an L to a team that we have beaten for the last 36 years. They haven't won a game against us. And finally, once we change and have this young group go out to Las Vegas, but it's a whole lot more behind why we lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into it because y'all might start saying, "Oh, you really you going too deep with it," but it's a lot behind why we lost to the Raiders. It has a lot to do with them switching the location from Oakland to Las Vegas, so they need as much revenue as they could possibly get, and the fan base was dying out there. So this was a good win for them to beat a historic team, which, like I said, it was probably like 3-1 more Packer fans than Raider fans in there. So, um, I, hey, it's only week 5. There's no need for us to really start hitting the panic button as of right now. We still second in our division, but it would have been nice to get a win on the road since we've lost just 2 games on a row so far, right?
Uh, no, I think we lost. No, I think we won one game on the road, right? One game on
Yeah,
the
we lost. Yeah, we won 1 game on the road. That was
and
against the
one at
Chicago
home.
Bears.
Yeah, yeah, against the Bears. Yeah,
That was against the Bears. So we got one road win and one home win.
yeah.
um. So yeah, man. Now that we are into the bye week, what's your thoughts on where this team is at right now?
I don't know. Like I'm so confused with this. I mean, I'm just so confused. Like, first of all, I think it's clear to say is that we don't have a identity. We
Right.
don't have an identity with this team, and understandably so. We young. We got a lot of young players. Most of them are rookies. Most of them are second year guys, and I think we're still trying to find ourselves with this team, and rightfully so. We do with the young football team. You know what I mean? Now, I think it can get better as far as that who we want to be, but I mean, right now, I mean, and look, it's still early. It's season's not over. We got plenty season left. But I'm just going off of what I see right now from this team, and what I see right now from this team is, and I'm not going to use no injuries. A lot of teams are dealing with injuries right now in
Mm-hmm.
football. Players are going to get hurt. You know what I mean? We've seen crazy injuries this year.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, yes, we are hearing about injuries, but that's not the reason why we are struggling right now. I just think that we, again, man, I just think that we have an identity crisis right now with this team. I think the coaching, I'm not gonna push the panic button on the coaching, but the coaching is concerning to me a little bit. I think not getting I think our coaching staff not getting this team ready back to back games and coming out flat. Well, actually, 3 straight games because the Saints game, even though we came back and won, we were not playing well in that game for 3 quarters, and then the fourth
Right.
quarter we finally woke up. I just think that us coming out flat in these games, man, um, is a indictment on the coaching staff, is a indictment on, and is a indictment is an indictment on Matt LaFleur, and I think that it's concerning if this keeps happening. week after week. We get, we come out with these slow starts. We don't, it seems like out there, we don't know what to do out there most of the time. And then we come out and, like, and then we all a two of have tail teams, like halves. Like we come out slow in the first half, and the second half, then we finally get it going. And then, so I just right now, and it's early, but right now as we speak, week 5, this team hasn't played a full quarter game, and that's concerning to me. And I think Matt LaFleur, um, I think that, yeah, I think some fingers needs to be pointing his way, and about how to get this team prepared to play football.
Man, I agree with you on everything you said, man. um, Especially with the having an offense come out there and play flat, especially when the defense, besides the Detroit game, the defense has been doing a job. You know what I'm saying? We,
Uh-huh.
for the most part, during second halves of the game, that's when our defense plays the better football. But it shouldn't take that long for us to figure out what these offenses are doing. You know what I'm saying? Um, the offense gotta get clicking, man. Just seeing Jordan Love's demeanor on the sideline towards Matt LaFleur at the end of that Raider game showed me a lot. It lets me know right there that he's not confident in the plays that Matt LaFleur is calling. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why Matt LaFleur is calling the type of plays that he's calling, because he can't open up the playbook with Jordan Love with a bunch of rookies out there at the receiving position and the tight end. You know what I'm saying? So all I think what Matt LaFleur is doing, I think he's calling plays to their strengths, and it's limited because they're not good at everything like a Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? So this is, like I said, man. After seeing what I seen on Monday night, this is this is a work in progress right now, man. Like, it's not only the coaching, it's the players too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't got world beaters. Like Detroit got a St. Brown and a Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
don't got those type of guys.
Or that dude, Hutchinson.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't got those type of guys. We don't got a dominating wide receiver like AJ Brown. We don't got that. We don't have a dominating tight end like uh um like George Kittle. We don't have that. You know what I'm saying? This team is young, still gotta gain some experience, gotta get stronger, gotta get mentally aware of what's going on the field, gotta know the playbook. You know what I'm saying? And another reason why these guys aren't performing up to their potential is due to this coaching staff that Matt LaFleur put together. Like, you have the offensive lineman as calling the plays from the sideline, and then you jumping in the middle of his play calling, try to suggest things. So I just think it's just I think it's some mental blockage over there as far as the coaching staff, or which direction they want to go into grooming this team to start playing like a team.
Hmm.
So it's like, I think it's a lot of things, a lot of detailed things that we are unaware of as fans that might be going on in the locker room that we can't see, but it's a reflection of it on the field when we see it on the field. Like, I'm telling you, I'm sitting there watching Rasul Douglas screaming and yelling after every big play that Jacoby Myers picked up. Every big pass play he caught, it was just like, why is Rudy Ford? Why can't you guard this guy in the slot, Rudy Ford? Just why can't you? And then it was demoralizing, like to see the defense keep their helmets on the sideline because they knew they wasn't going to get a break. Like they were standing up. Few of them were sitting down, but a bunch of them was standing up, just hoping that the offense could get a drive going. And this team has a lot of work to do, but I'm here for the journey. I'm not turning my back on this team. As far as Matt LaFleur, now you're starting to hear the criticisms come out. Um, it's going to be hard for him to get rid of Joe Barry because they best friends. So you got that whole aspect dealing with this whole coaching thing. But I think ultimately Joe Barry getting fired is going to have to be a Brian Gutekunst's decision, not a Matt LaFleur's. It's going to have to come from Brian Gutekunst. That's the only person I could see letting Joe Barry go at the end of the season. I don't think Matt LaFleur is going to do it. He should, but we'll see what happens. If this team can turn it around somehow, once we start getting really toward the middle of the season and toward the back 8 games that we got to finish out, we will probably see a little bit of progression as long as we can stay healthy and take care of whatever little knick-knack nagging injuries that we have to deal with. I think this team could show some growth toward the end of the season. We'll probably win a few games at the end of the season. But as of right now, this team is, a lot of people saying Matt LaFleur is losing his team. I just think that's just shock jock media talk just to get people for clicks and views. I do believe the team is still very, very confident in Matt LaFleur's coaching abilities. Um, but of course, when you're not winning games after you had a historically um, great quarterback at the helm of the quarterback position, now that we don't have that, a lot of people are just, really, really turning their backs on Green Bay because we don't have the nostalgia that we used to have when we were going to these games. Now every game is pretty much a toss up. You know what I'm saying? So we as Packer fans have to realize that and come to our senses that this team is not where it needs to be right now. Um, just to read off some statistics of where we are at, and as far as the quarterback position, we are dead last, ranked 33rd out of 32 quarterbacks, and 33rd is because Andy Dalton played and he had a great game, so that knocked us down to the 33rd. In completion percentage, Jordan Love is 55.6, ranked dead last. Uh, Passing yards, he has 1,083. He's ranked 15th. Touchdowns, he has 8. He's ranked ninth. Interceptions, he has 6. He's ranked second. And QBR, his QBR is 77.3, ranked 28th, which I expect because it's his first year. This is really his rookie campaign at the quarterback position. So I
Yeah.
mean, we have to expect this for a guy that's never played no primetime games, no road games. Well, yeah, one road game against Kansas City, but it wasn't at the magnitude of him being the starting quarterback. Rushing, we are horrendous. We are horrendous in the rushing game. AJ Dillon has the most rushing yards at 194. He's ranked 30th. Aaron Jones isn't ranked at all. Um, Aaron Jones is averaging 3 yards a carry. That's ranked 40th in the league. And Jordan Love has 2 rushing touchdowns. That's ranked 17th. A.J. Dillon, 1 rushing touchdown. That's ranked 30th. And Aaron Jones, he has 1 rushing touchdown. That's ranked 30th. Our longest rush up until week 5 has been 26 yards by Jordan Love, our quarterback, which is ranked dead last in the league. Um, Receiving. Romeo Dubs has 21 receptions. He's ranked 39th. Receiving yards, he has, oh, his receiving yards don't even have him ranked in the top 50. So we not throwing the ball good. And of course, you know who got the receiving touchdowns. Romeo Dub has three. Ranked fifth. Jaden
How
Reed
in the
has
hell
two.
we are 2-3, man? Like you
I
and
have no
numbers,
idea,
man.
man.
Like it sounds like we are 0-5.
I
God,
know.
this
I
is
know.
terrible.
I know, man.
By the grace of God, we are 2-3
I
under
know, man.
just one game under 500, man. Like, oh,
Yeah,
go
man.
ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
I
it's
know,
just
man. Uh, Receiving touchdowns, Romeo Dub has three. Jaden Reed has two. Um, our longest reception so far this year is by Christian Watson with the 77-yard bomb down the field. And apparently, that is the number one ranked receiver for the longest receiving reception. He he oh, what's going on, TR? Glad to have you stop by, man. Appreciate that, man. You supporting us, man.
up to y'all.
Appreciate that a lot, TR. So a lot of respect to TR. Yeah, man. Uh, Christian Watson is ranked first with the longest reception. AJ Dillon is ranked 24th, and Jaden Reed is ranked 42nd. Defense is like middle of the pack. You know what I'm saying? Quay Walker has the most tackles on our team, followed up by Rudy Ford with 24. Quay Walker has 25.
Mhm.
Rashawn Gary, 4.5 sacks, ranked 10th. Kenny Clark, 3, ranked 26. And Devontae Wyatt with 2.5, ranked 45th. Interceptions, Rudy Ford has 2. Russell Douglas has 1, and Quay Walker has 1. Our kicker, um, he's ranked first as
Yeah,
far as field goal
he's
percentage.
been yeah, he's
Yeah,
been great by the way.
yeah, he has been. He has been. So yeah, man. We got a lot of work to do with this team, man. A lot of work to do. And it's unfortunate that, if Aaron Jones would have played in maybe three of the games, we'd probably be 3-2. But health is very important to this team, and that's the thing we can just ask is that he can get healthy as soon as possible. But I am hearing that there's a possibility he will not play against the Broncos after the bye week. There's a slight chance that he still might be held out. Like I told you, man, when I text you, I was like, man, Aaron Jones looked like he was limping when I seen him come out there. He
It's
still
his
kind of had a limp.
injury is more bigger than what they are leading on, or they just don't want to like tell us, but it's something really going on with him.
I think it's serious. I think it might be something serious. He might have a grade 2 hamstring strain or something like that. That it just take time to heal, man. So that's all
Uh,
we can ask.
because one little nick, it shouldn't take this
Yeah.
long.
Well, the hamstrings are like the most, well, besides a groin injury, hamstrings are a real nagging injury because
Mm,
you can't run at top speed because you're feeling it. You know what I'm saying? That's why Christian Watson got caught and tackled because he ain't 100% yet to run at top speed. You know what I mean? So,
he should have scored too, man.
hmm?
I
You
said,
said,
I said, Christian Watson should have scored.
yeah, he should have scored. He should have scored. Like Packer fan in Vegas said that he should have took a better angle. Getting to the end zone, and we would have been up 17-10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the Raiders tie it up, we could have, took it to an overtime game. But it is what it is, man. Quay Walker, his knee injury is not that serious. And so who else got hurt in that game? Oh, Darnell Savage. His injury is not that serious, so the
And
Packers do expect
Devontae
him back.
Campbell didn't play, right?
Yeah, Devondre
Yeah,
Campbell
right.
didn't play. He's still
Yeah.
dealing with an ankle, but I believe he will be back against the Broncos. So
Is
we
Kenny Clark
should.
still? Kenny Clark's been so silent. I forgot that he was still
No,
a good
he got a
football
sack
team.
in the game. He
Oh,
got
he
a
did.
sack in the Raider game. Yeah,
Oh,
like the first quarter, he got like a huge stop.
yeah.
He had a sack in the
That's good.
game.
Yeah, and
So
Rashawn Gary got one too.
yeah, Rashawn
And
Gary. Yeah, they them two got a sack. So
yeah,
um, yeah, man, we just you know, of course, we still got to wait on the word for Eric Stokes if they will activate him off the PUP.
mm,
And we brought back Justin Hollis, linebacker, to the game to the team, and we are releasing Patrick Taylor because we brought him up from the practice squad 3 times. So once you do that with a practice squad player, you either got to release him or send him back to the practice squad. So the Packers decided to release Patrick Taylor, which they'll probably bring him back later on or something like that.
yeah.
So be looking out for that news of what the Packers going to do as far as bringing in some running back depth. I don't know why you would get rid of Patrick Taylor knowing you got Aaron Jones sideline, but hey, I'm not getting a paycheck from the team, so hey, I'm just telling you what I think. Um, but yeah, man, let's get into some of these rumors. Of course, Aaron Rodgers spoke about the Packers' loss against the Raiders. He, of course, always doing, being a bigger man, sending out his support to Jordan Love and encouragement. And I think that's good because, well, I think it's good on Jordan Love's behalf so he can have somebody talk to him who understands Matt LaFleur and who knows how to deal with Matt LaFleur. And I think Jordan Love, just seeing him on the sideline that Raider game, he looked it pissed off. Matt LaFleur was coming over there talking to him, and he just looked like he wasn't engaged to anything he was saying. You know what I'm saying? But the right attitude for this team to have is to stay behind your quarterback. He's young. This team has to stand behind this quarterback. He has to learn. I mean, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers' continued support for Jordan Love through his early start at the quarterback position for the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't have a problem about what he said. I think he's doing. He's being a bigger man, which he's always been the bigger man since John Love got drafted. You heard him say that it's not John Love's fault. Don't blame John Love. You know what I mean? I think all that anger was at the group in the front office. You
Right,
know what I mean? But it wasn't that. I think Rogers took Jordan Love under his ring. Like he did, because let's be honest, he was in the same position as Jordan Love. You know what I
right,
mean? When he got drafted, and the whole Brett Favre, beef, and Favre didn't want to mentor him, and all that stuff. So, he wanted to be the bigger man, and yeah, I mean, I think Rogers, you know, um, he said he texted or talked to Jordan Love after the game and gave him some advice. You know what I mean? Just he said that it's gonna just be patient. Keep getting better every week. Don't feed into the outside noise. You know what I
right.
mean? Because it's gonna affect you and affect your play. And I mean, like I said, I mean. He was in the same position, and it was. I mean, let's be honest with you, like Rogers' position was way worse than Jordan Love's. Because remember,
Yeah, I agree with you.
Packer fans was sending death threats to him. You know what I mean, to
Yeah,
Rogers, or because you know, and I get it. Favre was a legend. You know what I mean. Favre was the man then, but yeah, man, like Packer fans wanted, was booing the shit out of Rogers, doing family night, doing training camp, and You know me, and then it was ugly. Luckily, Jordan Love's not going through that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right, right, right.
But yeah, man. I don't have an issue with it. You know, Mad Dog on First Take, it was talking about what he said on First Take, and Mad Dog said that if he was a pack, if I was a Packer fan, I wouldn't want to hear from Rogers because of what, how his exit went, and I don't know what your opinion is on that. I thought it was stupid because Pat asked him the question, and he answered it. I mean, it's not like he just randomly brought it up. So,
Uh, I don't really give a damn about Mad Dog Russo and what they got to say about Aaron Rodgers as of now because he's not a green he's not on Green Bay.
yeah,
So everything that they say, Jets fans got to deal with that. I leave that to them. But let's get into another former Green Bay quarterback has been saying some spicy things on X, aka Twitter.
mm.
Um, Kurt Benkert,
Yeah.
he said he butted heads with Matt LaFleur,
Mm.
and this is him speaking. He was just unloading on me every day, and I didn't take it anymore. And that's why I ended up getting cut. Ben Kerr said, referring to a time period around the organization team activities in advance of the 2022 season. Uh, that's why I ended up leaving the Packers. It was one of the least enjoyable work situations I ever been a part of, and I did not want to play there anymore. And it kind of left a really sour taste in my mouth because I freaking loved Green Bay. I rode for it, living in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I actually love it there. I really enjoyed my time there. So, if we've seen, uh, if we've seen Aaron Rodgers show his emotions and voice his opinions on how the offense was operating and they couldn't get anything clicking with the receivers, and now you hearing a second voice, excuse me, a second voice come out and starts to nitpick at Matt LaFleur. Now, of course, if the Packers would have won the game against the Raiders, I don't think Ben Kurt would be saying anything. But since we lost in the fashion that we did, and we didn't, it's like we lost a little bit of that Packer mystique coming into games. You just always expected us to, make some big plays. I mean, we did with Christian Watson, but it just wasn't enough. But yeah, you're starting to see the nitpicking coming out from, past players and past coaches and, you know, uh, 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 media guys that have been close to the Green Bay Packer organization speak out about what they're seeing. And every time I hear somebody speak up on Matt LaFleur, I always go back to what he said before the beginning of the season. We have to temper our expectations with Jordan Love. That was the
He said
first,
that at the owners meeting.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
the first thing that came out his mouth. And that has stuck with me since then. Now, of course, we were prisoners of the moment of how well he played against uh, uh, the Bears. Ben Kurt didn't say anything then. Then we had the big comeback against the Saints. Ben Kurt didn't say anything then, but now that we are below 500 at week 5 of the season, he comes out and he says these things. Let me just finish up what he said. He said Nathaniel Hackett had just left. Luke Getzey had just left. Those were my guys. I really vibe with them in a room. Me and Aaron Rodgers were really close that year, and he was not there for OTAs, and I was just getting it from LaFleur. Will this ever stop? Ben Kerr said he and LaFleur's personalities couldn't have been more opposite. My personality meshed really well with some of the other coaches and not so much with his. Ben Kerr wrote on X, aka Twitter, those coaches left and Well, when those coaches left and I was released soon after, have you ever had a boss that you don't vibe with? Same thing. It is what it is, and people move on. Um,
Damn.
I think that's end quote of what he said. Let me scroll down.
So
Uh,
so so he went and so he kind of roasted Matt on Twitter.
oh yeah, he said he finished off with saying if you think players only get cut over performance or personal conduct issues, you may have forgotten that sometimes people just have different personalities that don't fit with the ones in charge.
Damn.
I'm sure some of you have experienced this before, and the NFL is no different. And we see that across the league.
Hmm.
We see that across the league. Exactly, Tr. You shouldn't your boss shouldn't be your buddy. You shouldn't be buddy with your boss at work. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. Um, yeah, I mean, you look at what Chase Claypool is going through with the team, with the Steelers, and now with the Chicago Bears. You're looking at the Vikings and what they're going through with Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. You're looking at the
Yeah.
Cowboys and what they're going through with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things like that that's going to go on around the league. You know what I'm saying? And that happens when the chips are down. When everybody's winning, nobody's complaining. So
Yeah.
uh, I get
Oh,
it.
and then kills all.
Hmm?
Oh, and then kills all.
You said what happened?
No, I mean, winning football games.
Yeah.
Kills
Winning
all.
cures all. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. It does. It does. If we would have walked out of there with that, with Jordan Love throwing the bomb down the field, and you know uh,
Yeah.
Christian Watson catching it because he had him beat. He had him beat. It's just
Yeah.
Jordan Love had to reset in the pocket because Zach
That
Tom let the
pressure.
let the let got too
Yeah.
much pressure on it on the
Yeah.
inside, so he had to move up and try to make a play.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what Kurt said, and it was just weird because I was watching the whole thing unfold after the game, walking back to the car. Everything he was saying on Twitter about Matt LaFleur, and then everybody else was just chiming in. But I will say this: we are not. What's going on with you, Big Nate? What's
What's up,
happening,
Nate?
Big Nate? Shout out to Big Nate stopping by. Matter of fact, I need to drop the link in the comments if I can. How do I do this? um, how do I do this?
Uh, we can just text him the link, and he can probably pop
I
over
know,
there.
but it's gonna take because I'm doing it on my phone. It's gonna take me off the live.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pretty much, a lot of the Packer fans are not happy. But I will say this: we are not firing Matt LaFleur. We are not getting rid of Goop, and we are not getting rid of Joe Barry right now. This is not happening. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are, and this team has to grow from their mistakes. It's going to be a week to week learning process with this team. Um, what's your thoughts on what Ben Kerr had to say about Matt LaFleur? Now, I don't agree with what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like that happens in everyday life at every job. You're not gonna like your boss. You know what I'm saying? Some people just not gonna like their boss.
Yeah.
So you let me know what your perspective is on what
He's
Ben
not
Kirk had to
wrong.
say.
He's not wrong with what he said. I mean, I just don't like where he is saying it. Like he's not within the locker room no more. Like if you're not in the locker room no more,
Right,
you shouldn't be speaking and airing out dirty laundry.
right,
Well, because
right,
you're not there. You're not there no more. Like you out of the locker room. Now, if he was a backup still on the team, then maybe I can see him doing that. But I just don't like, you know what I mean? Like he's just like again. Now what he said is not wrong. You know what I mean? I think there's some truth to
Hmm.
what he was saying. But I just like, again, you're not a part of the team no more. So I just think you should be going on Twitter and airing out dirty laundry, and you're not a part of that group. You know what I mean? So that's
Exactly.
my 2 cents. But I will say that because last year there was with the offense, like we did see some frustrations with Rodgers. Like, oh damn. Do you remember that Cowboys game last year at Lambeau? That game that we came back and win,
Uh-huh.
and it was in overtime. I think there was a play in overtime that there was a miscommunication, something like that. I think Rogers wanted to run the ball, but Matt LaFleur wanted to pass it. I think him and Matt LaFleur had disagreement, and after the play was done, you can see it. They right on like they showed it on the sideline of Aaron cussing Matt LaFleur
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, we seen Aaron do this with Mike McCarthy too. One time it looked like they was gonna throw blows on the sideline. I was
do
like, wait a minute.
do you think Aaron and Matt LaFleur really got a wrong, or do because Aaron because I'm going back to the Jordan Love when they drafted Jordan Love. It seems like Matt LaFleur was behind that. You know what I mean? Because the way his reaction was, and I think Aaron, and Aaron, yeah, he holds grudges. But it seemed like they had a great relationship, right? Like, do you think there was really a great relationship between the two? Is that what Ben Kurt was saying?
Well, well, we what Kurt is not telling
Yeah,
is what he was doing wrong for Matt LaFleur to act like that towards him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's like he only telling his side of the story. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
if Matt LaFleur was to sit down and tell us why he acted like this towards Kurt, he will
yeah,
probably name down a whole list of things of him not,
yeah,
learning the playbook,
yeah. But again,
not being on time with his throws. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but again, Ben Kurt was the third stringer for a reason, though. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like
So
Kurt Ben Kurt was never supposed to be the second guy or the star. I mean, like he was never a franchise quarterback.
yeah, I
So
mean, you look at teams like the Broncos and Sean Payton and Russell Wilson relationship.
yeah,
You look at
yeah,
what Coach Dabo for the Giants just did to Daniel Jones, and now he ain't even playing this week because he hurt. So
yeah,
it's just it's issues like this on every team. Um, just to move on from that,
yeah,
let's talk about what Jair Alexander said in the locker room
yeah,
after this game.
yeah. He shouldn't have said that, man. Like he should not said that.
Jair
But
said the defense can't give up no points, or we gotta score points.
say that behind closed doors. Don't Don't throw your teammate. Don't throw your teammates under the bus out in public like that.
Yeah, man.
See,
That's
that
letting me
tells
know
you
right
that this
there.
team is immature and they're young.
See, what that's telling me right there is that, especially when you have your high paid cornerback saying stuff like that, that
Yeah,
lets me know right there that you're starting to lose the nucleus of the locker room. Now, if Kenny Clark come out and say something, and Preston Smith come out and say something,
hmm
because you gotta think, man, they playing a boatload of the damn snaps on the damn field right now. The defense,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
you know what I'm saying. But to answer Big Nate's question, do you gentlemen think that Matt LaFleur will lose the trust of the players? And what y'all think about? Yeah, that's what we talking about right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It's talking about
Yeah,
that right
I
now.
think with Jair having one of the biggest voices in the locker room, that speaks volumes. If Jair is saying it,
Hmm.
that means Russell Douglas is saying it, Darnell Savage is saying it, Quay
Yeah,
Walker is saying it, and Devondre Campbell is saying it. And remember, We had the same situation last year
Mm-hmm.
when the team after the first loss of the game to the Vikings, the team had to go talk to Joe Barry.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now, Joe Barry did an interview and he sugarcoated that meeting that they had. Oh yeah, the players didn't come talk to me. They talked to their coaches, and then the coaches relayed relayed what they said to me, their concerns about how the defense was operating.
Mm.
When a defensive coach or defensive coordinator says I'm the most upbeat person in the locker room, you stink. You stink. You trying to hold your head up high so you don't smell your own shit. That's not a good sign to me, man. If you
Yeah.
walking into the locker room every day and you the most upbeat person, you
And
should be pissed off.
that was the game when Jair was pissed off because he didn't cover 1-on-1 with Justin Jefferson. Remember Justin Jefferson cooked us in that game. He was wide ass open, and Jair didn't shadow him. So Jair was
He
like,
didn't.
I'm your best a defensive player, and then you're not gonna have me shadow the best receiver in the league at the time."
He only lined up on man with Devontae like I think 5 times on Monday.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't follow him when Devontae motioned over,
Devontae
which
was
the
quiet
Raiders were
though.
doing.
He shut Devontae down a couple of times. When Devontae got like what 2 or 3, 4 catches.
No, he got I think 4 catches for 45 yards, but they were using Devontae as a decoy all night against the Packers.
Mm,
Like they knew the Packers were expecting Jimmy to go to Devontae,
mm,
but Jimmy just said, "We're not gonna do that. We gonna distract y'all with Devontae and go another direction with this
mm.
offense," which they did.
Yeah,
Um, I know Devontae was pissed off about that. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to. You playing against your old team, man. You wanna
yeah,
crush
yeah,
them, man. You want to score a
yeah,
touchdown. You want to dance on them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You want to do all of that, and he just didn't get a chance, the
Rogers
opportunity to
talked
do
about
that.
that on the Pat McAfee show about
Yeah,
Devontae. You
yeah.
know,
Aaron was right on that. That's why I'm saying
yeah,
everybody kept saying Aaron is going to retire. No, not until he plays the Green Bay Packers because he wants to be, I think, either the fifth or sixth quarterback in NFL history to beat all 32 teams.
mm,
So he trying to do that. So he got to put that on his resume before he step into the Hall of Fame after he's done playing the game of football. But this team has issues,
yeah.
and if they didn't address the issues in the 10 days they had off, what makes us think they're going to address the issues during the bye week?
Yeah,
Because
I
how
mean,
are you going to address issues when you got all of your good players hurt?
well, I tell you this, call it premature, but if we can't beat Denver at home after a bye week, I think that the season's over. In my opinion,
Yeah,
because
man. Like,
Denver is because you seen how ass that team is. If we can't
yeah,
beat that
man.
team, and that trash ass defense, like Jordan Love should have should have a field day against that defense, and we somehow
Well,
crap the
well,
bed.
we thought he should have had a field day against the Raiders, and it didn't turn out that way. Like, I'm not I'm not gonna pick who's going to win and who's going to lose
Yeah.
until this team shows me that they can win consistently. Because right now, every game we go into for the remainder of the season is basically a coin flip. Which Green Bay Packer team gonna show up? And we don't know what team that is because we don't have an identity yet.
Yeah, I
We
mean
don't.
that's why I said before the live. I said this team. Well, excuse me. I said before this team. I mean we don't have we don't have an identity right now, and now we going to this game. It's like which Packer team is going to show up? Are we going to get the Packers that's going to play? Or are we going to get the Packers that's just going to slack?
Mm.
And not show no effort and make mistakes and drop passes and interceptions and penalties and you know.
I want to send a shout out to Yash Nyman. Shout
Yeah.
out to you, Yash Nyman, for blocking that field goal. Really appreciate you fighting to keep this team in the game.
Uh,
So we appreciate your efforts whenever you can let those efforts be known.
yeah.
Um, yeah, a lot changed in this game once we lost Savage and Quay. You know, we put Duffy out there, and I think it was Colby who was
Oh,
playing next to
and
McDuffie
hold on. I gotta say this. Why in the hell is Preston Smith covering Devontae Adams, man?
because the defense that the Packers were in, the defense that they were in, I think they were in a nickel defense, and
That
it
just
forced
pissed
Preston
me
Smith to
off.
line up on him. Like you gonna get that sometime in football games, man, where something like that will happen. But I mean, just when you don't have Devondre Campbell, when you don't have your
Yeah,
general, your defense general, the captain of the defense on the team, you're gonna get shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got McDuffie and Kobe out there. They just listening to the earpiece of, of what Joe Barry is telling them to run. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
true.
yeah, then they can't be in they can't get into the disguised defenses that they want because they got inexperienced guys out there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's all signs of a young team, man. This is exactly what we are seeing. We are seeing the immaturity, the youth, you know what I'm saying, the inexperience. We seeing it. We seeing it. And all we can do is that they learn lessons each game, week to week, you know, put their heads in a playbook, you know, go out there and put in 100% in practice for them to get better. But all of this stuff, and I get it, man. You want to see your team win. You want to see your team win every game, and it's just not going to be like that if you don't have the players. If you don't have the if you don't have the upper echelon of players, like you think of Fred Warner. He's the best at his position. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The best. I seen a play when they played against the 49ers. I mean, when they played against the Cowboys. I never knew this guy had such great technique. It was a play. Dak did a play action pass. They tried to rub him out by running a tight end, and the slot receiver
Hmm.
ran a slant, and they tried to like nudge him just so they could get the ball to the running back running around out of the backfield. He avoided that, slipped it, boom. Then he ran into the passing lane where Dak Prescott was going to try to throw it to the running back.
Mm,
Once he seen Dak's feet get bad, where Dak's body wasn't in the right position to throw, he
mm,
rushed him and sacked him. Impressive, impressive. I
mm,
recommend if you're a football fan and you look at that play and you just can't get you don't get excited about something like that. Something is wrong with you.
mm,
Like you think of a guy like Fred Warner, we don't got that on this team. We got guys that got potential to play up to that ability, but we don't got that kind of guy. So I think our defense is good. I think our defense is good. I just don't think it's great right now. Like I think our defense is gonna have to carry us, man. I think it's gonna have to carry us. It was the unique formation the Raiders ran. They spread out their tight ends, Devontae in the slot. Only thing to do was call timeout exactly.
yeah.
And you want to save, yeah, you got to save your timeout. So it was unfortunate that Preston Smith got caught up in that type of situation, which was a no-win situation for him once that happened. But you know, once the Packers look at the film, they'll learn from that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
as of
man.
right now, I don't know what they got going on during the bye week. I'm pretty sure they probably gonna have a couple of walkthrough practices and do some treatment on some injuries so these guys could get back. Wow. Wow. So the Astros, okay.
Mm,
But yeah, man, in a nutshell, man,
Yeah, man.
this team is just gonna have to put in a repetition. This team is gonna have to get in the playbook, and these guys are gonna have to get better. And the coaching, man, the coaching gonna have to stay on these guys and make sure that they paying attention to details. Because what I witnessed on Monday Night Football was just a lot of sloppy football, a lot of sloppy
Mm.
football, just a lot of sloppy football. Like it looked like sometimes, uh, just based off the play, that Jordan Love didn't even want the play to develop because it was a play that wasn't going to stop the offensive line from losing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we got to give AJ Dillon his breathers. I mean, he did have 20 carries in the game,
Hmm.
and you like, where's the running backs that we have from the preseason? Where are they at?
Yeah,
They
Goodson,
can't get
right?
no burn.
Goodson and couple of
Yeah,
guys.
where's Emmanuel Wilson at?
Yeah, I don't
Every
know.
time Patrick Taylor got in the game,
Yeah, Patrick
it
Taylor.
it was a design pass play for him to. It was a. They just wanted to keep throwing the ball out of the backfield to Patrick Taylor instead of letting him have a chance to run between the tackles.
Yeah, man. I mean, Matt LaFleur's call and what was it? And know what? For now, let's stop labeling Matt LaFleur this this boy genius. I keep hearing people calling him that. This boy genius. Like genius of what?
Man, it's a lot that ties into that. When you got a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers to aid some of your coaching deficiencies, you know what I'm saying? Because he's so good. When you got a healthy Aaron Jones that can get you out of bad play calls because he's reading the alleys to run through the correct way. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot. I mean,
And don't
it's a
forget
whole
about
lot that
Devontae Bell is out too with
that
blood.
that too, you know what I'm saying? But that's when you got those kind of players, you can get away with things like that. We don't got them kind of players no more. We got maybe one, and that's Jair Alexander. Maybe two, three.
Who's on
Devontae
the?
Campbell,
I
Jair
got a
Alexander,
question.
and Quay Walker.
I got a question. Who's our number one wide receiver right now? Do you think Dobbs is truly our number one, or do you think
Yes,
because
yes.
Christian Watson is not the number one?
I told y'all when we got Christian Watson what he was gonna do. He gonna do reverse. He gonna do wide receiver reverses, and he
Yeah.
gonna stretch the field. He's not gonna be a possession receiver like a Romeo Dubs. That's gonna pick up the tough yards. Who gonna play the sticks? Who gonna get the first down? He's not a Jaden Reed. You know what I'm saying? He's just the guy. He's a big play guy, just like he had the 77-yard bomb. All them
Mm.
other plays he did, he lost yards.
Yeah,
He lost yards.
that's true.
And that tells you right there that Matt
He's the
LaFleur's
light
play
skinned
calling.
version of MVS. That's what I call him. The
Nah, I
light
think he
skin.
better than MVS. He could run other routes. He could run other routes. It's just that
Mhm.
when you got a guy that run that fast,
Yeah,
that's that tall, you want to get the best plays out of him. You know what I'm saying? You want
that's
him to make the big playmaking plays. Not saying he can't do any of the little things. He can. It's just
yeah.
that Matt LaFleur is not calling those plays for him to be in those positions where he can make the tough catches, where he can do the sideline grabs. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna run them kind of plays where he's a special utility player. That's how Matt LaFleur is approaching Christian Watson. He's gonna be, oh, let's see if we could sneak this play in on this drive with Christian Watson. And after a while, I think Christian Watson gonna get tired of that shit. I think he's gonna get tired
Do
of that shit.
you think Luke Musgrave is going to improve as a good tight end, or do you think we should have got a veteran tight end? I feel like we should have kept Mercedes Lewis, someone that can help Love, the veteran that knows the Matt LaFleur's all offense.
Yeah, man, I was saying that because we got two rookies.
Yeah.
We got two rookies and we got Josiah DeGora. And it's
I'll keep Robert Tanyan. Could have kept Robert Tanyan too.
Yeah, we could have kept Robert Tonyan too. We could have, but he wanted more money, and the Packers wasn't willing to pay him
Yeah,
over $9 million a year, and the Bears did. The Bears paid him $30 million. So
yeah. We should have gotten. I was saying this throughout the offseason. We should have got a veteran wide receiver that can help Jordan Love.
well,
But
now that you say that,
yeah,
Sutton is on a trade block from the Denver Broncos.
I say
So
do it.
the Packers have an opportunity to try and maybe what Goot always say. Oh yeah, we're
But he
always
never
calling.
proved to be
We're always
true.
looking around. We're always willing to
Yeah.
call and try to get
Mhm.
players. And I mean, he gonna do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying? If it gotta make sense, the Broncos might be asking for too much, just like the Colts were. The Colts was like, nah,
Mhm.
we won't give us Christian Watson if you want if you want Jonathan Taylor. Give us
Yeah.
Christian Watson. And the Packers are like, nah, we not doing that because we haven't got enough out of him yet. He a young player, and I'd be damned to see him go over there and start catching bombs every week from fucking Anthony Richardson. You know what I'm saying? Or Gardner Minshew. Uh, now that Anthony Richardson is hurt with a sore shoulder, so nah, we have to keep Christian Watson, man. We drafted him too high for him to be let go for a disgruntled running back. But yeah, man, I'm happy we at the bye week. It's unfortunate that the bye week is so early in the season. This is like I
Yeah.
think
They usually get them late buys.
yeah, but this is like I think the second time in 3 seasons where we had an early bye where I think we had like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, before they changed the 17 season, I think we had a bye
I
week
kind
at
of
week
like them.
4.
I kind of like them late buys. You know what I mean? Because then it gives us more time to recover from injuries.
Well,
Them.
well, it
Yeah,
gives you a short period of time to recover from an injury if you are a team that's in playoff contention. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true. Yeah,
But any way you look at it, you're just happy to get a guy back. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, from here on out after this bye week, we just got to roll with what we got to roll with. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah. That's true.
whether we suffer more damage to the team or if we don't, this team got to come out there and play every Sunday. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So hopefully they get their shit together. I'm still trying to get my damn voice back from this crazy weekend. Um, you got any last thoughts, man, on this team, man? How you feeling
Man.
up to this point?
No, I'm still gonna ride with this team no matter what, win or lose. I'm still gonna support them. Like you said, I mean, we knew this was, we knew this was. I'm not gonna like. We knew what to expect going through the season. Like we knew
Right.
this team was gonna just, struggle and take their lumps. And again, they're young, so I mean, that's why coming in this season, I didn't have too much high expectations. You know, what I mean,
Right.
except for making the playoffs. But I mean, the division is out of reach, in my opinion. I think that Detroit's going to want away. It's going to want away with it. They should. They
Well,
should.
we only got one division loss. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's week 5.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. There's
Yeah.
still plenty of opportunities for us to turn it around.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do agree with you right now. The Detroit Lions do have the upper hand in the division.
Yeah.
Um, now that we know that the Vikings, I knew this was going to happen once they got that new coach over there. The
Yeah.
Vikings are now putting Kirk Cousins on the trade block,
Hmm.
especially when you got a highly talented historical receiver like Justin Jefferson
Yeah.
over there who's now going to be out for 4 weeks on the PUP list. And I think they play against the Bears this week, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they do play. Yeah, I
They're
think they
probably
play
gonna
against the Bears.
tank and get Caleb Williams. The Vikings probably,
Well, that's going to be hard to do when
but
right
maybe.
now the Bears had the first 2 picks in the draft.
I don't care. Fuck the Vikings. Good. I hope that the Vikings finish last and go 1-16. I don't care.
Hey, I feel you, man. I feel you, but
I just yeah, man. But look, with this team, I just hope this team cleans these problems up. I want to see us come out, getting off to a fast, hot start. You know what I
exactly.
mean? I'm just tired of these slow starts. Hell, last year with Roger, slow starts. You know what I mean? Slow. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of the slow starts, and I hope Matt LaFleur and his coaching staff get these guys, stop with the excuses, stop with this. Oh, we had a bad practice. We need to
Right.
do this and do that. Stop saying it and do it.
Right.
So that's my 2 cents on this team. Just get better, improve, and and like I said, man, let's start playing consistent 4 quarters of
We'll do that.
football.
Do that later. We'll do that later in the week.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I feel you, man. I feel you 100%. This is
yeah,
our recap up to week 5. The Packers going into a bye week.
mm-hmm,
Um, hopefully they got to address some issues. There ain't no hope. They got to address these issues,
yeah,
especially with the health of our star running back, who has really hurt us on offense this year. Him not being available to play. It's good to see Christian Watson back on the field. It was good to see that he didn't have any limitations coming into this week. Um, but once he starts getting in the rhythm, the more games he play, and he starts getting in a rhythm with Jordan Love, I think we'll see some spectacular plays like we should have witnessed in the Raider game with the last play with 51 seconds still on the clock. Hmm.
yeah.
Just get the first down. And if you watch that play over again, Matt LaFleur was yelling to Jordan Love to throw the ball to Christian Watson because
Mm.
Christian Watson got free. And if the timing would have been right, we would be singing a different tune this
Yeah,
week.
on your YouTube channel, I caught some of you, like clips of the game and stuff. The live.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't get the interceptions because I was
yeah, and you were right, man.
chasing
It
down
was a
deer
ton
and
of
shit.
it was a ton of Packer fans at the game, man. Like there was a
Yeah, it
lot
was.
of Packer fans at
It
that game.
was. It
So
was, man. It was green everywhere, man. It
yeah,
was
man.
green everywhere.
Hey,
You
hey,
know,
that's great. You know what I mean? On the road, let's take over the whole stadium. So
yeah, good thing with these next 2 games we play are
yeah.
at home, man. I'm
Oh yeah.
real happy about that.
So we got the
And
Broncos at home, and then we got the Chiefs. I know we played the Chiefs at home. Do we got them
we got
after that?
I think we got the Broncos and then we have oh,
Do we play the 40 Niners this
no, we
year?
don't play no, we don't
Oh,
play them this year.
thank God.
Yeah, we got the Broncos at home and the Vikings.
Oh, all
The
right.
Vikings
Well,
right after that. So I like that.
yeah.
And and they gotta play and they got to play the 49ers on Monday Night Football.
Who? The Packers.
No. We play the Broncos at home.
Oh,
No,
the
no, no. We on the
Vikings.
road. We on the road. We on the road. We on the road again. I forgot about that. We got 2 road games, then we got 2 home games.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot about that. We on the road against the Broncos.
Oh,
Another hostile environment, and then we come back home against the Vikings, and then we have another home game against the Rams, who are pissed off that they have to come to Green Bay because they didn't been to Green Bay like the last 4 times, and
got their
they
butt
was
whooped.
complaining to Roger Goodell about the schedule and like, no, they need to come to SoFi. So we might wind up having to play in SoFi next year.
Mm,
We might have to wind up playing in SoFi next year, whether it
yeah.
be the Chargers, because I know we play the Chargers at home this year too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Chargers got to come to our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So those are the next 2 games. Broncos in Colorado, and then the Vikings at home, and then the Rams at home.
Yeah.
And then we got to go face off against the Steelers and TJ Watt.
Oh. Yeah, a guy that we should have drafted, but we got Kevin goddamn King.
Yeah, man.
God, yo, I mean, imagine if we had TJ Watt in this team, man.
I know
Like, I would have been all,
it'd be a
all,
difference.
all Reggie White, man. Damn.
Yeah, yeah, but you know,
No, gotta get Kevin goddamn King of all people.
yeah, who he ain't even on the team no more. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean he's probably out of the league.
Yeah, no, I think he had another surgery. That's right.
Oh, he did.
He had another
Oh,
surgery, I think in the summertime,
mm,
which held him out to participate for any team activities. But I do think there is a team that's willing to pick him up next offseason when he's fully 100%. So we'll see.
yeah,
But yeah, man, we want to thank y'all for stopping through to MTC Moving the Chains. We will try to go live uh Sunday.
yes, yeah, we can do that, and probably after Sunday night football, so we can recap
Yeah,
all the games. You know,
yeah, yeah, we'll do that.
and probably talk about a little bit of the Packers and Broncos
Yeah,
preview.
yeah, we'll do that. So be looking out for that. You know what I'm saying? The Braves lost big tonight against the Phillies. And it might be a wrap for the Braves tomorrow night. It
Yeah,
might be a wrap for the Braves tomorrow night. But whatever. We won the championship already. I was happy to see Freddie Freeman get one. That's the reason why I just wanted to see him win a ring. Plus the guys that's already on the team won rings with Freddie Freeman. So
mm,
uh if we lose, it'll be unfortunate, but we got a young team that's gonna be good for a long time. So I ain't worried about that. Yeah, thank y'all for checking us out. Where we talk about the greatest football team in sports history, the Green Bay Packers. And before we end this show, we got to leave you with a go,
go,
pack, go.
go.
And we out, y'all.